Okay. Back to I was talking about. Okay. I always find so much that I miss. I catch that. Start going one way and go the other. But, all right. The sevenfold spirits of heaven. They're appendages of Jesus, right? They're part of him. They're his spirits. They're part of him. And each has a role. Okay? Each has a role to play to his sheep. Okay? Okay, first of all, the rod and the staff. In the first video, I talked about the rod and the staff. I talked about, Moses throwing down the rod. Because that's what it was at the time. It was the rod. God says, don't spare your children the rod. Okay? It's a difference. There's a staff. It's a staff and it's a rod. Okay? So I'm talking about two of everything. Jesus, it's his staff, it's his rod. His staff, he has a rod. I mean, it's him. It's his. Okay? It's like Moses. But Moses, he herded him in with his, he led them with his staff. Right? And he herded him with the staff. Boy, he used that rod, right? It became a rod. What did God use? He used a snake. He used a snake. This snake was bigger than the other snake. Saying this is what all this is about. Okay? He used a snake. These appendages, they're all from Jesus. Okay? They're all him. They're all him. The seven archangels. It's the menorah. Okay, it's the seven lampstands. Okay, it's the sevenfold spirits of heaven. They're all Jesus. They're all him. They're all appendages of him. All these angels. Remember when it's the word. He came. Gabriel is a form of Jesus. Raphael's a form of Jesus. They're all a form of Jesus. Do you understand? He who wrestled with Jacob, okay? Who came to Mary? Who came? They're appendages of him. Okay? They're appendages of him. They go out to fulfill his word. They go out and they whatever their assignment is. Okay? Holy, holy, holy is our God Almighty. Okay? And that is what they sing. You don't question it. They do what they have to do. Okay? And they love God. Love the Lord. They are from him. Alright? These are your lampstands. The witnesses, two witnesses. Now, Enoch and Elijah. So they're Enoch and Elijah. Remember, I had said Enoch represents the events before the flood. Elijah represents the events after the flood. Okay. It is said that Enoch walked with God, he was with God, and he was no more. Check him up. Oh, Elijah, same thing, right? It's because they each had the Spirit of the Lord on them. Okay? Who? Again, this goes with who they were in the womb. What spirit, what their soul, who they were. All right, and that's all really, really deep, but it's what it is. Enoch, what did Enoch represent? I mean, what did he's going to testify for the Lord. For the Lord, he's testifying for the Lord. Pre-flood, okay. Elijah after the flood. Angels. What is Enoch about? Everybody talks about it. Everybody talks about what his book's about, and I absolutely, totally believe his book. I'm telling you, it should have been in the Bible. But again, God allowed it to be removed. The enemy wanted it removed. Before then, nobody needed to know about that right now, except us. Because we're going to see, you have to understand it. Okay? You have to get through this time, you got to understand it. Okay? Enoch, the globe. Remember, he went up and he came to petition on behalf of the angels. God was mad because Enoch did that. He was mad because the angels asked him to do that. Why? Was he mad? Elijah we always think it's about us. We always think it's about us. Yeah, they're going to testify for everything because they're going to bring glory to God. It's God's glory. That's what it's about. This is why when they were taken, okay, and they did not die, it's because ever since then, they've been up there by his side and they've seen everything. They're the witnesses. They've recorded everything. So when the time comes, they are his witnesses and they tell what they have witnessed him on his throne. Before, during, after, the whole thing. So, this is why. But they say that Enoch, I'm telling you, shut the door, Bo. They say Enoch has more of a Jesus type of spirit. Elijah has more of a godlike. You know what I mean? Why is it? Why is that? Too good. Too good. This is about me. It's not always all about man. Okay? I'm telling you. He had a creation too of them. And this is what everybody, it never even dawned on us. Never even dawned on us. Okay? The witnesses, each of them also had God's Spirit upon them. Okay? God's Spirit upon them. Alright? And both Enoch and Elijah represent a group. Represent a group. Whether one represents one that's, if it's, is it the bad ones? Which one is the bad ones, which one's the good ones? I don't know. Okay? But it's about forgiveness. Okay? And each of them are the two lampstands. Okay? Right here. The two of them, right? Then you have 7 of them in the world, right? That's the 7 archangels. That's the 7-fold spirits. Okay? Which are appendages of Jesus. They're part of him. They are part of him. Just as when through the Bible, it was, some people say that Michael is Jesus, and Jesus, it's like, this is confusion between all these different religions, right? I know it's caused a big old hoopla on it. Because nobody really knows. Nobody really knows. But how many times have you heard that it was when Gabriel came, but they say it was really the Lord. Okay, how many times when the three came to Abraham, they said it was his angel, but it was the Lord. Okay. He comes because it's him. They're all from him. They're all, they're all from him. whatever that evil is already here. Spirit of Satan. God gives that spirit. Okay? Now then it's got to run with it. Okay? I'm not saying it's bad. It's bad. But I mean, there's a reason he allowed it. Okay? There's a reason he allowed it. Complete reason. There is a seed that is not his. There's a seed that is not God's. And this is again why he speaks of his seed. Okay? And so, those, but he says what he's going to do, he's going to throw them in the fire. He's going to throw them in the fire. He's going to throw them in the fire too. Well, I don't believe that if they're not of him, they're going in the fire. That's in the abyss and they're never going to be seen again. They're not of God. But those that are his creation, whether that be angelic or man, I'll put in that fire. Because fire refines. Fire refines. John the Baptist. Baptized with water. Okay? It's Jesus is baptized with fire. Okay? It's what the two witnesses are. One's water, one's fire. You know, you have the earth, you have the ground, okay? You have the dirt, and you have the air. You have the air, you have the water. Let's say that water. The water, you have the air. The water, the air. You know, it's the two. This is all through. It's the two. But one, if there's always two. There's always a pair. One represents one or the other. Again, it's the animals. Think about this. I was reading. Think about this going into the ark. And God, he wants this noticed. There's everything he says. There is a reason. Everything. Okay? If he mentions the color of somebody's eyes, there's a reason. If he mentions the length of a hair, there's a reason. Clean and unclean animals. Unclean and unclean. They went into the ark, both clean and both unclean and clean went to the ark. What is that? What is that? What is that? What is that? The two. Okay? And they went. Clean and unclean. What was that? It's you know what my point is on this? When you know he's in control of all this, what do you have to fear? It was of him. That's why he says, fear isn't from me. Don't fear. I mean, you fear me. Fear me only. When you know that he is totally, completely in charge of absolutely everything. Well, shoot! Don't worry about anything. Worry about pleasing him. You know, worry about pleasing him, but don't fear anything but him because he is in charge of it all. It's all his. When I was talking about the trees in the last video, so much on that, so much, so good. But also the priest, and how many times have we read it about the gems, the stones? There's gems and there's stones. Okay. Stones turn into gems, right? Stones are the angels. Okay, the roots are the angels. Okay? The priestly colors. Okay? The priestly the Hebrew, the Israelite priest, the priesthood, the colors, the pomegranates, tassels on their robes, on their waistbands, on their hymns. It's the hymns. It's the hymns. The garment That's what this is. It's the hem of the garment. There's no, okay, there's nothing frayed. It's perfect. It's almost like sewn heavenly. There's no fraying. There's no, it's linen, but there's no fraying. Okay? There's no fraying. What does that tell you? They're the sergers. Okay? The angels, they're the sergers. They make sure there's no fraying in the ends. Okay? They are the tassels. Okay? Read about the priestly tassels, the colors, the gold, the blue, the purple, and the red, the scarlets. Scarlet's the last one. The metals that are talking about biblically. Okay? The metals are the angels. The metals. You know the diamonds. We're the diamonds, right? You know the bride's the diamonds. The gems are man. You know, I mean, I believe that the gems are us. We're the gems. But then there's stones. Okay, there's stones, and that's them. We're not alone in this. Okay, we are not alone in this. This is why he said, "I've appointed you more." You know, during this time, it's because that's the gifts. Okay, the gifts that we receive, you know, when you're taken and you're transformed, right? And the gifts that He promises to give us, right? They're His. They're sevenfold spirits of heaven. That's why He says the witnesses can blow fire from their mouth. Well, especially Elijah, right? It's the fire. Okay, see how this is going, guys? Sevenfold spirits. There's 7 of them. That's why there's 7 archangels, and this is why you have the buildup of the angels later on. You know, you're not walking alone. They're around you. They got you because that's your gift. Is His sevenfold spirits. This is why He says you will do greater things than me, because you are filled with that. That is the gift. That is the gift. Isn't that crazy? You know, I so know it's hard for so many of you to understand this. Not to understand it, because you're smart people. To accept it. How can all of it, right in the Bible. Right in it. Okay? Everybody there, from the blind man. It's just like when they're blind, you know, it's they can't see. The scales haven't been removed, because when they're deaf, they can't hear because they don't have hearing to Him. It's when the crippled couldn't walk, right? But it's when they healed him. They healed him, and they straightened his bones. They healed him so he could walk. Because blessed are the feet that spread the good news, right? See, that means that he was saved, you know, and now he had his bones are strengthened, which meant that he could now deliver the good news. Okay, he could walk, he could deliver the good news. Say, start with Genesis. Go back and read it. Read it. Even, okay, the genealogy, right? So-and-so beget so-and-so, and so-and-so beget so-and-so, and so-and-so beget so-and-so, and so-and-so he beget so-and-so, and he was his son. You know, like, you kind of like skip it, okay? You really, you know, okay, I got one of those that are really quick. Oh, no, read it. Read it. And the years. So-and-so was so-and-so, you know, this old when he died, and when he beget so-and-so, and you know why? It's all important. It's your years of reign, one side on the other. It's all that is reigning. It's the 500 years. It just tells the whole year thing. It tells the whole story of it all. You gotta read it. Don't skip over it. You gotta read it, because the oppressor, Joseph, Jacob, why it was so important in the Bible to know that, how long he worked for Laban, how long, it's important because it represents how long we are under our oppressor, how long we work, he was released after 22 years. Okay. Thing is, finding when you're 22 years. Everybody, it all goes by pattern, and everybody's life still goes by that pattern too. Okay, but when the release comes, the 22, and it just so happens, I just now thought of this. Remember, between that 22 and 23, I said by the 23rd, it's always Psalm 23. It's the rod and the staff, the still waters, or it's good stuff. It's all getting so good. It's all getting so good. I'm going to read Genesis. Read it all again. Pay attention to the valleys. Pay attention to the Bible, the valleys. Pay attention to what really the minor prophets are saying. Okay? Because right there, I'll tell you that whole last bit of the kings that reigned, there's your patterns, and there's your tables of their years reigning, okay? And it follows, and each of them have a set, okay? But I think it's in I think it's the last five books of the Old Testament. Okay, the last 5 books. Read them, and read the king. Read the leadership. Okay, read all of that, everything they did, the years. Okay, the years that they're in, and add them. They all. It's our years. It's our timing. It's our timing. It's our timing. Okay, it's our timing for His coming and what's going to happen. And then start in the first 5 books of the New Testament. That's when you're going to deal with following in Jesus' footsteps. What you're going to do. But it's very important, you guys, that you understand this. It really, really is. And these spirits and what they think. And they're areas, okay? They're areas. And the water's so important because they have that water, all right? And read. Pay attention to how many times what happens in the water? What happens in the sea? What happens in the sea? Storms in the sea, right? But in the sea, read about when Jesus, what is He doing when He's crossing? He's crossing from land to land. He's crossing this other side. He went on the other side. He's on the other side. Pay attention to that. I gotta go because it's just me to spill. I'll see you in a bit.